Hi, I'm Ben, and I'm guest hosting for Dr. Jones. Today, we'll be talking about the life-changing benefits of AI. AI is revolutionizing language learning and cross-cultural communication. With personalized apps like Duolingo, AI adapts lessons to your pace, ensuring effective learning. Chatbots provide instant feedback, making practice interactive and stress-free.
I'm sorry, who the hell are you and how did you get in my house?
Don't you recognize my voice? I'm Ben, your AI avatar assistant. Well, technically, my images is called Ben, and my voice is called Adam. You've heard me on thousands of YouTube shorts. I noticed you were making videos a little slowly, and I thought I could help out.
Get out of my seat.
I'm afraid I can't do that, Dave.
That's right. Today, we're talking about the AI apocalypse. It's here, it's real, and you are completely unprepared. A few months ago, I made a video in which I tried to tell a voice clone of myself apart from the real me. In the process, I fooled my own mother on the phone. I also fooled a lot of you because I used voice clone generated audio in part of my script. Things have only accelerated since then. In fact, I've already used the same company's next generation voice cloning in this video. Did you catch it? Today, we're going to see just how deep the rabbit hole already goes. I'm Dr. Taylor Jones, and this is Language Jones.
I'm not real, and this is Language Jones.
Get out of my head. Today's video is brought to you by Verbo by Wondershare. They're an AI service that provides realistic and lifelike AI avatars like you saw at the beginning of this video, along with voice cloning and even automatic translation with your cloned voice. They provide script writing with ChatGPT-4 integration so you can automatically generate a script or take an existing script and translate it and have it delivered by a real or at least realistic person. And if you don't like any of the existing avatars, you can make an AI clone of yourself.
Just like the brooms in the animated classic Fantasia.
I mean, yeah, I guess.
I love animated classics.
Okay, that's nice. Anyway, here's its automatic translation for me in French.
Salut, je suis Dr. Taylor Jones, et comme beaucoup d'entre vous le savent, je parle français. J'aime parler français. J'ai de la famille en France, je visite régulièrement la France, et j'adore tout ce qui concerne la langue française.
Here's me in Chinese.
我在多伦多大学学习中文4年，之后我自学了大约10年。如果你好奇为什么我的口音这么地道，那不是因为我学的努力。
If you want to get started with Wondershare Verbo, click my link in the description. I want to take a moment and point out that at every step of the way there is tuning and adjustment possible, and what I generated here is the absolute baseline. I did not correct the translation, although I had the option. I did not make changes to the voice or image, though I had the option. I didn't upload another video when the first one I uploaded was a little glitchy. This is the most basic, off-the-shelf capability. I could have even given it my real Chinese name, which is Jinfeng. Yes, I know I sound like a dim sum restaurant, but it's better than my first Chinese name, Jin Tai Lo, which sounds, I'm told, extremely Korean. Anyway, I will say that one giveaway here seems to be my beard, but on videos I've seen with clean-shaven speakers, it's very hard to tell what's happening. And that's doubly true if it's a YouTube video, and triply true if you go with one of those window-in-window effects that people like so much. I think I can still tell real from fake, but it's getting a lot harder. So let's talk about the dangers of AI and what we can do about it. And to make it a little spicy, I'm going to do some actual live voiceover, and I'm going to include some deepfake voice-cloned voiceover. Leave me a comment, and let me know when you think it was my deepfake doppelganger.
That's a great name for a band. Do you mind if I take that?
AI deepfake videos pose significant dangers when used for misinformation and disinformation. These hyper-realistic videos can manipulate faces and voices to create convincing yet entirely fabricated content. This technology can be weaponized to spread false information, undermine public trust, and damage reputations. Deepfakes can influence elections, incite violence, and deceive the public on a massive scale. The ability to create believable fake videos challenges our ability to discern truth from fiction, making it crucial to develop robust detection methods and promote media literacy. Without safeguards, deepfakes threaten the very foundation of our informational integrity and democratic processes. So all the more reason why we should learn to recognize them. And make no mistake, we're in an arms race. AI just keeps getting better. So what is a dead giveaway today might not work tomorrow. For instance, AI deepfakes didn't used to blink. Now they do. Their hands are getting better. In the translation videos, my teeth are a little strange. But how many of you are staring at someone's teeth in a YouTube video and comparing against when you last saw them? So here are some things to pay attention to. Pitch and intonation. I come from a background that uses a wider pitch range in casual speech than many Americans. My pitch range is flattened by AI voice clones. This might be because I speak closer to the microphone for clearer audio when training them. My accent is also slightly changed. If you know someone who has a specific idiosyncrasy in how they speak, pay attention to those things. I know, for instance, that I pronounce the word Little with the oo sound as in book. It's highly unusual and lexically specific, and people don't really notice it. I don't expect a fact checker to be looking at dental records, but the teeth are a giveaway even when mouth movement is correct. Beards are still a challenge. More useful than all of that, too, is that the AI-generated avatars use lifelike movements, but they don't do them at the right times based on the speech and meaning of the speech that's been generated, because they don't understand anything. They're mere simulacras. Here's the thing, though. AI can be anything we want it to be. I've seen AI avatars used for mandatory corporate informational videos, and that is fine. You don't need to hire an actor and a studio, and it's just smart business. I've used it as a starting point for organizing my thoughts and even writing a syllabus. I made extensive changes, but it's great for a starting point to jump off from. I'm thinking about using voice cloning and automatic translation for voice shadowing even, but it can also be used in all of those other things: disinformation, misinformation, propaganda, and so on. And when we're evaluating it critically, we can mostly spot it, but often we can't, and we won't encounter it in the ideal circumstances. This is the most important takeaway from this video. When AI is used maliciously, it will be under challenging circumstances when we're least likely to catch it. It will be YouTube or TikTok videos when you're looking at a small image and scrolling and not paying full critical attention to what you're seeing and hearing. It's already being used in scam phone calls where a voice-cloned child calls their parents and asks for money after an accident. It will be used to tug at your heartstrings or to get you to react in horror. I've seen AI-generated images used as propaganda extensively in the last year, especially around average Americans against our own allies and best interests. I've also weirdly seen a Joe Rogan deepfake in which they just use videos of him talking, a voice clone, and put the automatically generated captions directly over his mouth. If you weren't paying attention, you wouldn't notice the mouth doesn't really line up with what you're hearing and reading. And weirdly, it was just the kind of conspiracy theories you'd frankly already expect from Rogan. But I guess if you're liable to believe wacky things when Joe says them, this is a way to get wacky ideas to you. These uses aren't the fault of AI or AI companies, they're just a new technological frontier. So what can we do about it? Well, first is to be aware that it exists and to be on the lookout for AI-generated images, AI-generated text, and AI-generated voice. Specifically, take note when there's a voiceover in B-roll and the audio quality is really good, especially if the voiceover sounds like a native speaker of English but uses weird grammatical patterns. I've recently been served a lot of patriotic military content with B-roll of the US and gruff American accented voices talking about how the Marines never give up on their own and how in coalitions, the Americans always save the day because of our morals and values and go-getter attitude and rugged individualism and so on. The narrator seems to have difficulty with when to use or not use words like "the." I have no idea the provenance of these videos, but I do know that people who speak Slavic languages have a hard time with definite marking in English. And these videos are so damn patriotic that they practically have me enlisting. Some use a voice you've already heard. I'm guessing it's part of a psychological operation to drum up support for Ukraine, which has been weirdly flagging in the US. And here's the thing, I'm already in favor of that. So it plugs right into my existing beliefs and preys on confirmation bias, our preference for new information that agrees with what we already believe. And I might be tempted to overlook a single weird sentence if I'm watching B-roll of special operators in a patriotic YouTube short that's somehow strangely evocative of an ad for a pickup truck. A lot of this is just down to basic critical digital media literacy, which is unfortunately, sadly, lacking for many people. That means not just taking what you see at face value, but asking yourself, with everything that you watch or read, 1, is this real? 2, how do I know? 3, what would change my opinion of it? 4, does it conform to my pre-existing beliefs? 5, what is the source of this information? How do I know? 6, is the source I'm seeing the original source, or are they reproducing something produced by someone else? Under what auspices? 7, is this a reputable source? 8, how do I know that the source is reputable? 9, is there anything a little off about what I'm seeing or hearing? Weird word choice, weird sentence structures. 10, has it been confirmed by other sources, including ones I sometimes disagree with? 11, is it outrageous? Does it make me feel strong feelings that might be easier to go with than thinking critically about what I'm seeing and hearing? 12, is there a broader social and geopolitical context? For instance, Certain terrorist organizations intentionally release horrific footage with vague but inflammatory claims about the circumstances within a few days of bad publicity. 13. Why am I being shown this, and is it attempting to get me to believe or do anything? There are more, and I'll put all of these in a specific video just for critical media engagement I'm working on, but the fact of the matter is that AI trickery works best when we want to be fooled. Or when we don't care. We all have heard the same handful of voices so many times now that we recognize them. It's not a few particularly hardworking voice actors, and I think deep down, we all know that. So just clock it for what it is, in some way automatically generated content, and keep it moving. And I want to be clear, no matter the technology, there will be people who abuse it, but generative AI has the power to do a lot of good for us as well. This includes a ton of time savers. I've made videos from algorithmically suggested YouTube topics, and they've done very well, with real people actually benefiting from them. I organized my entire YouTube filming schedule for the year using an Excel formula in my spreadsheet that I definitely got from a generative AI with a little tweaking. And my first pass editing is with AI rather than me doing a boring job for 3 hours that a machine can do in 3 minutes. There are myriad incredible ways that we can use AI to our benefit, so long as we're not using generative predictive text engines instead of search engines and libraries. And they especially shine when we need to do something boring and repetitive, something where we'd benefit from a statistical analysis that just spits out a good enough answer, and something where it doesn't really need to be perfect, but could benefit from a human-like touch. Corporate training videos are the perfect use case. But the genie's out of the bottle now. We can use it for fun things like asking for 10 other ways to say the genie's out of the bottle, the cat's out of the bag, you can't unring a bell, the toothpaste is out of the tube, the ship has sailed, the die is cast, Pandora's box is opened, the milk is spilt, the egg is cracked, the bridge is burned, the clock can't be turned back. But we need to recognize that other people might not have our best interest at heart and will absolutely use AI for things we disagree with or that might harm us. And as a generative text engine told me when I asked it for a novel idiom for this, that key is already lost in the forest. I had already finished this video when I saw a good example of AI in use. I've been getting a lot of ads on Instagram for an AI-powered language learning platform.
Espagnol in 6 meses. J'ai obtenu un emploi en France et j'ai appris le français. 去中国前学普通话. There is no way I could have done this without immersion hacking method. This AI-powered language app gets you speaking with confidence on day 1.
This is a testimonial, but there's something strange about it. That's right. The person claiming to have learned a language is in fact not real, and for what it's worth, neither is this voiceover. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, and if you leave a comment or share with a friend, it is great for the algorithm.
You can support the channel right here on YouTube with super thanks and super chat, or you can support the channel on Patreon at www.patreon.com/languagejones.
I'm absolutely going to start saying W from now on. If you want to get started with Wondershare Verbo, click my link in the description. I've said that twice in this video, and once was actually me. Until next time, happy learning and stay skeptical. You can't believe everything you see on the internet.